Afternoon. My name is Sandy Matheson and I'm the vicar of an Anglican church on the south coast of England. I thought I'd put together another tutorial video which I hope might help some of my friends and colleagues in this totally different world that we're living and ministering in at the moment. No one ever taught us how to live stream or record videos to use for worship or teaching or for other reasons to encourage people, and we need to be able to find some ways of communicating with people, and putting things on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter is a way that many of us are trying to learn how to use at the moment. I've never done much of this before, but I like technology. I like software, I like playing with it, and so I've learned a lot over the last 3 weeks, and hope that some of what I share now will be able to help some of you in what you're trying to do as well. This video was also spurred on by a phone conversation I had this morning with a very good friend and colleague who's a vicar elsewhere, who had taken the most part of 2 days to get his Easter Sunday service onto YouTube, and I understand some of the frustrations that would have gone into that. I'm by no means an expert. I'm learning as I go along, but I hope some of what I want to share with you may help some. I'm going to look at how to overlay graphics, so how to overlay words over a video, so that you can overlay lyrics onto a song. I'm going to look at how to overlay lyrics over an audio. So if you use backing tracks, you can do that. I'm going to look at how to overlay liturgy onto a live video so that you can record that or live stream that. I'm also going to look at a workaround that I think might work for some people who want to superimpose themselves on a photograph, maybe of the inside of their churches. So rather than visiting the church and leading worship from there, you may be able to do it from your study and put a backdrop image of your church behind you. We're all working from odd occasion on situations, so this is my study. As with most ministers, it's pretty chaotic, and although I think that might be nice if it was tidy and everything else, it's a bit of real world to let people into the real life of ministers. So maybe it's not so bad that it's cluttered and untidy. My wife keeps telling me to tidy it up. So the software we're going to use is either probably already on your computer or is free. So you won't need to spend money in order to be able to do this. What you do need is a computer with either a built-in camera and microphone or a separate webcam. I'm using a Logitech webcam, which is also capturing my audio. I totally forgotten I had it until about 3 weeks ago, when I was looking through bits and pieces to try and find something to cobble together to be able to live stream. But you do need a webcam of some sort and a microphone of some sort. The software we'll use will be PowerPoint and some software called OBS Studio. OBS Studio is free, so you can download it. It's free and open source for video recording and live streaming, and you can use the same skills here for either recording and uploading your recording to YouTube or Facebook or wherever else, your website, or for live streaming to those places. You can install it on Windows or on Mac. I'm working on Mac, but it makes little difference because you can use it on either. So install and set up OBS Studio. I'm not going to do that now because that's fairly straightforward to do. And when you do that, you'll find a screen similar to this. So the top will be blank There'll be nothing here, and there'll be nothing in these boxes underneath. So the first thing to do maybe is to get your own video so you can record yourself. So if you click on the plus under the scenes and add a new scene, call it whatever you want, and then come to the sources, and you'll want to add both video and sound to the sources. So we're going to click the plus, and the first thing we want is a video capture device. So video capture will take it from your webcam. So I'm going to click on video capture. You call it whatever you like. You can see I've already got one set up, but I'm going to add another. And under the device, you'll find that you should have your webcam listed as a video device. Choose that and then click OK. I'm going to click cancel because I don't want it. So I'm going to take that out because I've already got one. And you want to do the same with your sound. So we're going to click plus, and we want audio input capture. Call it whatever you like. And you want to choose your sound device. Mine will be my HD Pro Webcam 920. But again, I've already got it up, so I don't need that. So I'm going to remove that. But you will then have video in the top here and audio. You won't hear the audio because you don't want it to feed back. But you'll tell from the audio mixer here that it is working. So that's the first thing in terms of getting your own webcam to work and your own sound to work. The next thing we're going to do is to look at PowerPoint and getting some lyrics and some liturgy from PowerPoint. So let's go to PowerPoint, and here's the first of the PowerPoints that I'm going to use. You'll notice firstly that it's got a green background, and that's really important because OBS Studio will strip that out for us. So this will be transparent and you'll only see the words. To put a green background, you right click, format background, solid fill, and then you choose green, and then you apply to all. So solid fill, color green, and apply to all. You want to choose a color that will be seen easily. I've chosen white, but I've also put a black around it, and I've put a slight shadow on it because I found that works well with seeing it on the screen. You can play with colors. Don't use yellow, because when the green is taken out, it will take the yellow out or most of it out and it'll look very odd. So play with colours to see what you think works best. Once you've got your lyrics, we're going to go to File and Export. This is what the folder is going to be called. It's in my demo folder. We want JPEG, so we want an image, and we want every slide. So we click Export, and it will then tell us that it's done. So there we are. That's the first of our PowerPoints. The second is to overlay over a backing track. So we've got a backing here of a picture. I've chosen a picture inside our church. You can choose whatever picture. You can have a beach, you can have a sunrise or a sunset, or just a normal PowerPoint background, anything you want. So we right click, format background, picture or texture fill, choose your file, and then apply to all. You can choose whatever color you want for the lyrics. I've chosen white, but we could go up and choose a different color and play with it. So let's just choose for yellow, and that slide will be yellow. We'll see that a little bit later. So we now go again to File and Export. That's the folder. It's in my demo folder. I want JPEG images, and I want every slide. So there we go. That's the second. So that's our two song lyrics. I don't want to save it. And this is our liturgy. So you'll notice that firstly we've got the same green screen as we had before, and secondly the words are all towards the bottom, and that's because my face will be at the top of the screen. So I don't really want to overlay them over my face, and you can play with colours. I've chosen white for words that I'll say and red for words that people will join in with. So again, we choose File and Export. You can play with the liturgy and get it as you want it. We're going to choose JPEG, every slide, and then Export. And it will tell us that it's exported. So we go there, and then I'm going to close that down. Sorry, a bit hoarse because this is about the 7th time to try and get this right. Last time I didn't get the audio over what I'm about to do. So we've now got some lyrics in image format, and we've got a video that we want to overlay them on. So I'm going to come down here under sources, and I'm going to choose a name for it. This is going to be song. Call it whatever you like. Click OK, and we've got a black background. So we want firstly to put our video on, and we want media source. Choose media source, call it whatever you like, and then it's a local file. We want to browse, and we want to go to our demo folder, wherever your video is, and see what a morning video. That's the one we want. So we're going to open that and click OK. What you'll find sometimes is the video will be upside down or on its head. So you can change that by right clicking and going to transform and then rotating it 90 degrees, right, left, or 180 degrees. You can also drag the handles to make it smaller and bigger, because sometimes it comes in far too big or far too small. And you can press Control and F to fill the screen, especially if it's far too big. That's a really helpful shortcut to use. So you can see they're singing, and you can see here that the audio mixer has got sound on it. We'll come on to that in a minute. The next thing we want to do is to overlay the lyrics. So let's go to plus, and I want image slideshow. So we go to our image slideshow, call it whatever you like, and we want to change it from automatic to manual. That's the only thing we really need to change. I'm then going to add files to it, and I want a directory. You can do individual files, but I tend to choose the directory and see what a morning video overlay. So that's the file I want. And you'll see it's come in here with its lovely green screen. So we've got everything there, and we've got a lovely green screen. We need to get rid of the green. So you can either right click down here or right click at the top, making sure that that is highlighted, and go to filters at the bottom. So filters, and we want to add a filter, and we want to add a chroma key. So we want to add a green chroma key, call it whatever you like, and lo and behold, the background has gone because the key type is green. You can do the same with blue, magenta, or another color. I've done it with black, and I'll show you something about that in a minute. I've not altered any of these. Choose that, and you've now got the lyrics on the screen. It looks like they've finished the song. So we now want to record that. So I'm going to go to main screen and back to song. But what we can't do at the moment is hear it. We can't change it, and we also can't move the lyrics. So the next thing we need to do is to learn how to move these lyrics to the next slide. So I'm going to settings, I'm going to hotkeys, and I'm going to scroll down until I come to image slideshow, which is what I set up. And then going to click in the black area next to next slide, and I'm going to click the right arrow on my keyboard. And then underneath, just in case you need it, previous slide, left arrow. You can actually use any keys on your keyboard for this. So I'm choosing right arrow and left arrow. Click OK. And now if I choose the right arrow, the lyrics will change. The other thing we need to do is to hear it so we know when to change the lyrics. So I'm going to go to Advanced Audio Properties and monitor off, monitor and output. So I'm going to close that. So we can now hear the sound. We can see the video and we've got the lyrics overlaid. What I'm going to do now is to record the first verse or two of that song, because we're going to use that later to put a service together. So I'm going to click on song, and then very quickly I'm going to come over to the right and click start recording. Now I click the right arrow to change. I've stopped recording there because that's all we need for this demo. So we've got one verse of See What a Morning with a video behind and the lyrics in front. So I'm going to do the same thing but with an audio track. So I'm going to set up another song. You could actually use the same scene for this, but I'm going to set another one up. I need to put the media source in again, but this time it's going to be an audio file. So I choose my demo folder and I want the MP3 file. And OK. Then I need, you can see it's already playing. Then I need to add the image source, so the image slideshow. Call it whatever you like. I don't want it to do automatically. I want it to do manually. And I want to choose the directory. And this is audio overlay. So we've got those. And I also now need to go back to the settings and put the hotkeys on image slideshow 2. So next slide, right arrow, previous slide, left arrow, and OK. So that's it set up. What I'm now going to do is again record the first verse of that song. So I'm going to click song 2 over here and then very quickly come over and start recording. Here we go. Oh, whoops, I made a mistake. There's no sound on song 2. So let's go back to song 2. Right click here, Advanced Audio Properties, put the monitor out and output so we can hear it. So we're going to go back, main screen, and that will reset song 2. So I'm going to click song 2 and then record. I'm going to click right arrow. So there we are. The other thing you'll notice on this audio is that the audio level is a lot lower. So I'm going to right click here, and I hope you can hear me over the top of this song, advanced audio properties. And then over here, oh, it's minus 20 dB. That must be left from what I was doing before. So I'm going to click 0 and the volume will go up. So I click stop recording because we only need that to demo it. One of the things that's very helpful is altering the volume for different audio and video sources, because some will be quite quiet, some will be a lot louder, and you want them all to be about the same. I tend to do my audio so it's just going into this red bit. So you can right click on the audio mixer, advanced audio properties, and then alter this dB level, minus or plus, so that it will alter the level. I've had to do plus a number of times. Obviously I had a song 2 before, and that was a lot louder, so I had to bring the song down. So that's our 2 songs recorded. We now want to record a bit of liturgy. So that'll be over the top of me doing it. So what I'm going to do is to put the liturgy on this main screen. So I'm going to right click here under sources, image slideshow, image slideshow 3. I don't want it to do it automatically. I want to add a directory, my demo folder, and I want my liturgy folder. And this has actually got a lot in it from a previous thing that I've done. And there we go. But we've got the green screen. So while that is selected, we're going to right click, filters, add a filter, chroma key, call it what you like, and it's disappeared. So close, and you'll now see we've got some liturgy over the top. Now I would normally alter my camera so that I'm in the top bit. I'm not going to do that now for this demo, but I want to be up here somewhere so that I'm over the top of the video. So what we can do is to record that so you can put all of these recorded elements together. So I'm going to start recording. No, I'm not, because I need to add the hotkeys for that slideshow 3, right and left. So there we are, that's done. So there we are. So I'm now going to start recording that. Welcome to this service of morning prayer. Please do join in the words that are in red. O God, make speed to save us. O Lord, make haste to help us. My trust is in you, O Lord. I have said you are my God. We adore you, O Christ, and we bless you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. There, I've stopped recording because for this demo that's all we need. You can record all of the liturgy in one go, or you can record it in bits because you want to intersperse it with songs or other things. And if you're recording it to do later, then you might want to record it in bits. If you're doing it live, then you might want to put a blank green screen at the bits where you want to switch to another video or something else, prayers or readings that someone else has done. And I put on the screen just to prompt me reading, prayers, things like that. So that's how to put liturgy over the screen. Let me just have a look at my list. We looked at how to adjust the volume in OBS, so hopefully that's been helpful, and how to hear what we are doing, so that's on there. And we've also tried recording. What I want to do, try to do now, is something that I only looked at earlier on today, and that is to try and put myself over a picture. So I'm going to go to a program called Zoom. Now, lots of us are using Zoom for meetings. Zoom has lots of facilities on it, but I want to be able to put a picture in the background of Zoom. So the first thing I need to do is to go to Zoom's website, zoom.us, and I need to go to my account and log in. And then I need to go to settings on the left, and almost all the way down you will see virtual background. Make sure that is on. So click that to be on, and then you can close that down because we don't need it anymore. I'm going to start a new meeting. So it's connecting to Zoom at the moment. I'm going to start my video so you can see me, and you'll see I've got a picture of our church behind me. So that's what I know some people would like to do. I don't think the video quality will be quite as good, and you'll see there are some bits appearing round me when I move, so don't move too much, but having that picture behind you I know will help some. How do you do it? Well, in Zoom you go to the right arrow next to the video and you go to video settings, and then on the left hand side you've got virtual background, and you can add an image. So this is the image that I added earlier, so I could put myself across a bridge or some grass or out of this world, but I've got a picture of the inside of our church building. So choose any image you want, and then what you can do is record yourself. So you won't have an overlay of lyrics or anything like that, or an overlay of liturgy, but you can record yourself doing a talk or something of that sort within Zoom. So I'm going to record something now. So record on this computer. I don't want to record to the cloud, and I've put my settings on Zoom to record to my demo folder, so I should find it in there. So let's have a go and see what happens. Here we go. I'm now recording, and this is my test to see if I can put a video of myself over a background of the inside of our church building. This could be a talk for a Sunday, or a thought for a day, or you could put some amusing backgrounds up to do for children's work, or other things of that sort. Your imagination would be endless with doing this. It's very difficult to do it in OBS. You need a green screen or a green cloth, and that's something most of us don't have hanging around, but this seems to be a workaround. Unfortunately, I can't put any lyrics or anything else over the top of it, but you get my head talking, and I'm sure that will be help to some. So I'm going to stop the recording now, and we're going to look at it in a bit. So now the video is being converted, and I'm being told that I think that's been done. So I'm going to close Zoom down. End meeting for all. So it's converting it, and there we have it's converted it, and that is our Zoom there. So minimize that. So minimize it, go away. There we have various elements that we've recorded. We're now going to put them together in a way that you might use for a service or something that you want to be able to do. So I'm going to put it back to that. For my song, I'm going to change that. So I don't want the image slideshow anymore. And what I want, the media source I want, will now, let me take that down for the moment. I want to change the media source to the file that I recorded earlier. So here we go. and that's the one. Or no, that's the one, I think. 16.2 megs, yes. So that's the one there. So that's what we want. And we'll put the volume back up. You see it's not as big now. So I'm going to press Control and F to fill the screen. Put the volume back up. I'm going to take the volume down. So this is the one that had the audio. The background for it is my church building, so I don't want that anymore. And I've changed the media source to be the one that I recorded. So there we go. That's that one. Again, it's not full screen, so I'm going to Control F and put the volume back up. And I need to alter the volume. There we are. So that's those two elements. I now want to bring in the Zoom that I did earlier. So I'm going to add a new course. I'm going to call it Zoom, or you call it Talk, or whatever you like. I want a media source. There we are. There's our media source. And I want to choose the file. And this is going to be, where is it? There we are. And there's the Zoom file. Okay, that. And again, Control and F. I'm going to put the volume. So we want to hear that. Of the inside of our church building. This could be a talk for a Sunday. I'm also going to add a pre-recorded video that you could use. So we used a Bible Society video in our service yesterday. So another media source. And we want to go to live stream demo folder. And where is it? I'm going to find it there. No, it wasn't that. I thought I put it in here. Ooh. Where have I put it? Well, let's choose another video. Oh, there it is, the Easter poem. That's it. Again, it's not full screen, so make it full screen and put the audio on. So I can hear it.
Jesus' disciple with Andrew, James and John. So
the last thing I want to do is to show you how to put a title screen on. So I put a title screen beforehand and at the end of what I do. So I'm going to add another thing here. I'm going to call it title and say OK. And the first thing I want to do is to add an image. So there's an image and I want to choose an image file. And why has it stopped? Or has it stopped? I don't know. I'm going to carry on. Live stream, demo folder, Sunday morning, and put it over there. So that's the image. But it's far too big. So Control F and it will be on the screen. Now I want to add to that a countdown timer. So media source 5, it's okay. And I want our 5-minute countdown timer. So, okay, that's far too big. I'm going to take it down. And that's great. But what you can also do is to take out the background. So right click, properties, we're going to put another chroma key on. So plus, chroma key, OK. But this time I want to choose a custom colour and I'm going to choose black. OK. The background's now gone and there we are. Hello and welcome back to the second part of this video. I'm sorry it's split into two parts, but I thought I'd made a mistake. I hadn't, but I've decided to, rather than re-record the whole thing, to carry on a little bit later. So we put all the elements of the service together, and now what we needed to do was actually to record or stream the service that we were going to record, or stream, whichever you want to do. So we want to go down here to settings on the right, and we want to look at the stream setting. So if you're going to stream this, you can stream to YouTube, you can stream to Facebook Live, you can stream to Twitter or Periscope. I'm actually streaming to a service called Restream, which allows you to stream to more than one place at a time. So I'm actually streaming to two Facebook pages, our church one and our families one. And Restream allows you to do that. There's a cost to doing it, but we felt it was worthwhile. If you're recording, you want to look at the output and recording settings to look at the location that you want to save it to and also the format that you want to save it to. So once you've got those all set up, then we're ready to start recording. What I'm going to do is to click title and then very quickly start recording, and this will record the video for us. So here we go. So this would normally be a 5-minute countdown. So if I was putting this in for an 11 o'clock service, I'd schedule it to go at 10:55. So it's a countdown for people to get ready. Our main service is 10:30, and in fact on Sunday we had a 10-minute countdown from 10:20. So I would let that flow through, and then at the time of the service, or when it gets to 0, I'd click on mainstream. Good evening and welcome to this evening service, or whatever you want to say, and encourage people to join in if it's on Facebook or YouTube, to put comments on there, to contact you, whatever you want to do at the start of your video that you want to put out. Once you've done that, you might want to start with some liturgy. So, O God, make speed to save us. So, Lord, make haste to help us. My trust is in you, O Lord. I have said you are my God. And whatever other liturgy you want to include there. For our afternoon live streams, I also light a candle, which is just over here. In fact, that's the candle that I use for our live streams. And then you might want, especially on a Sunday, to include a song. So I'd simply click then on song. So you'd let the song play all the way through, and then you might have some more liturgy, which is already prepared for you, originally on your PowerPoint slides, and now ready to scroll through here in whatever way you do it, and then to another song. So this one is the one with the audio. So that is if you're using a backing track and wanted to put the words over the song, and you might then pray something or do something else. On Sunday we included a Bible Society video, so let's have a look at that. I won't let it play for very long, but this gives you an idea that you can include videos and other things.
When Jesus said, "Come, follow me," Peter went along to be Jesus' disciple with Andrew, James and John.
So that video played for about 4 minutes and would be included in the recording that you are doing. Then if you've recorded yourself in the church building, doing a talk or something like that, with your virtual background in Zoom, you could switch to that. Here we go. I'm now recording, and this is my test to see if I can put a video of myself over a background of the inside of our church building. This could be a talk for a Sunday, or a thought for a day, or you could put some amusing backgrounds up to do for children's work, or other things of that sort. Your imagination would be endless with doing this. It's very difficult to do it in OBS. You need a green screen or a green cloth, and that's something most of us don't have hanging around. But So I've cut that short just for the sake of this video. You saw me doing that earlier. So they are all the various elements that you want. I also have a closing graphic that I put on the screen that you put up in a similar way to the title that we did earlier. So that's all the various elements. I hope that has been helpful to you. If you have any comments, please do come back to me. Leave something on the comments on YouTube, which I hope I'd see. I don't use it that often. But you can also email me through our church. So that would be Sandy, SANDY, at spsg.org.uk. Sandy at spsg.org.uk, or vicar at spsg.org.uk. I hope this is helpful to you and will give you some hints of different ways in which you can do the recordings. I'm going to stop now. So there we are. I'm going to stop the recording. Just before I go, I will show you that recording. So we're going to go to here, and I set it to record. So here we are, and I'm just going to play part of that video for you now. Play it. There we go. So I'm actually not going to allow it to go all the way through because it's about 5 minutes long, and I don't want to bore you because you've seen all the other bits, but we'll let it just go onto the first screen where you'll see me talking, and maybe onto the first song, and then call it a day with this. So see how long it takes. Facebook or YouTube to put comments on there. I've just contact you, whatever done it on a little bit longer of your video that you want to put out. Once you've done that, you might want to start with some liturgy. So also light a candle, which is just over here. That's the candle that I use for our live streams. And then you might want, especially on a Sunday, to include a song. So I'd simply click then on song. Okay, I'll stop it there. There's no playing all of that. You get the idea. And that you could then upload and schedule on Facebook or upload to YouTube so that people can view it. Well, I hope this has helped you. And as I said before, please do get in contact if I can help you any further. God bless.